Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.
Hey, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host, fine folks. Let me tell you today, Goldilocks is sharing how artificial intelligence is being utilized not only in the western part of the world, the U.S., but the eastern part of the world as an asset for physical assets such as gold, but also for foreign currencies. And the accuracy of foreign currency rates in the new banking system will be unmatched. Let's jump right into what Goldilocks is sharing today. What Goldilocks is sharing is that data indicates a structural shift where energy resources such as oil and gas are being secured for AI infrastructure in the West, particularly the United States, while physical gold and critical minerals are increasingly flowing or being accumulated by Eastern nations. See, this war, it is much bigger, broader than what's being reported in the headlines. The residual effects of what's happening with this war, the ripple effects around the world, it may not be really realized until later years to come. But what Goldilocks is showing is the dynamics right now reflect a new geopolitical reality. Where here in the West is increasingly focused on traditional oil and gas assets. As you can see, oil's big in the news now with Iran. But also the West is focused on new digital AI industries, while the East is focused on accumulating more gold. Although all countries are accumulating gold and repatriating gold, all countries doing so, but also focused on artificial intelligence, because it will be AI that will assure the accuracy of currency transactions in the new banking system. If Eastern nations ramp up their gold holdings, as Goldilocks is showing, as a hedge against the Western economic risk, this could boost the rates of foreign currencies. Though the outcomes, Goldilocks is stating, is uncertain to be specific of rates, of the final rates, but these dynamics that we're seeing plays a part. As a traditional safe haven asset, gold helps to reduce dependence on the US dollar. And as the US dollar becomes less dependent, it gets weaker. And as the US dollar gets weaker, countries begin to use their own currencies, so their currencies get stronger. And what Goldilocks is showing is that the fiat currencies, especially the US dollar, is getting weaker by the day. The United States stands as a promising market for AI. The country's capabilities in both traditional oil and AI driven energy technologies enable a dual path strategy towards enhanced energy independence and infrastructure advancement. This is what's needed to back all currencies in the new banking system. The proficiency in both traditional oil and what is big in the news now? Oil. Do you think all of this is going on just because Iran is a bunch of bad people? No. No. This is chess, folks, in the geopolitical realm. The combination of AI efficiency and oil diversified, this increased energy production creates a supportive environment for stronger currencies. Yes, oil and gas are currently essential for AI development, Goldilocks is showing. They provide the massive, reliable, and always on electricity needed to power data centers throughout the world. See, the divergence in, in strategic priorities of the West focusing on AI and the East focusing on gold, when you match those together, you have a whole entire world that's covering the new technology for the new banking system and the old currency, gold, supporting the anchor for the new banking system. What Goldilocks is showing is that this change does not point to sudden collapse of the US dollar. Instead, it signals the gradual emergence of a more fragmented global monetary order, featuring overlapping, distinct, and sometimes competitive payment networks. Well, what are payment networks? The BRICS nations has their own payment network. Iraq is connected to the same network as India. Vietnam is connected to the same payment network, as Iraq and India. Different countries have their own interconnections with other countries, their collaborations with other countries, which then those countries and their currencies are connected to payment systems that are connected to payment systems with other countries and other blocks of countries. But when these countries all connect like a dotted line throughout the world, you combine them, it creates a global payment network of interconnecting currencies through an electronic system, all simultaneously backed by hard asset gold, moving through the new banking system through artificial intelligence. What Goldilocks is showing is that the US dollar continues to play a central role in global finance. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about the US dollar collapsing. It's not that it's collapsing, it is getting weaker. Instead of signals that a gradual emergence of a new global order is happening, no. It's a gradual shift to a new system whereby countries and their currencies will have sovereignty and independence. The US dollar continues to play a central role, but it will not always play the dominant role. Gold and other currencies now account for a growing share of global holdings in central banks. Just like the Central Bank of Iraq is ranked 29th in the world in their gold reserves. The resulting system is messier than before But with multiple currencies and payment rails coexisting and shaping international transactions, the new system will not be flawless. There will be some challenges. However, Goldilocks is showing is that this reflects a broader shift towards a multipolar world where multiple currencies will be able to coexist in a new banking system backed by hard assets, whereby the old system will be fading away. We are at a time where you see now the geopolitical dynamics of war and threats and the dragging out of all these different things. It's no coincidence. It's all designed to usher us into the new economic reality. See, if there was a case where there was an announcement overnight for all things to change, that would not even be reality. When you think of 190 countries that have their own sovereignty and independence, it's taken many years to get to this point where a shift is occurring. But it wasn't overnight. But there's going to come a time when currencies begin to move and we see things shaping up where all of this is going to be behind us all. Stay focused, stay in love. We love you folks. Be well. Ciao.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.